6 years ago, I was asked to give the Stewardship sermon, and on Thursday, Ed asked me to say a few more words about that. So, I would like to share some excerpts from that talk today, because as Father Ed frequently says, something is afoot at St. Paul's Chattanooga. 2 weeks ago, we recognized our 50-year-plus members. Each year, members are added to this group, and sadly, others have entered into the larger life. It is an important occasion for members of our congregation to gain a sense of why we have called St. Paul's our church home for 50-plus years. So I'd like to tell you a little story of one of my earliest and fondest memories at St. Paul's. My awareness of giving back started when I was about 5 or 6 years old. It was Easter Day, and all of us children had come down the aisle for the flowering of the cross and to present our mite boxes for the Easter offering. I clearly remember the tradition of receiving our little cardboard boxes in Sunday school to be tended to with spare change, mostly found in the bottom of Mom's pocketbook or on Daddy's chest of drawers. There's no question that we were taught at home and at church that giving was part of coming to church. It's what one does, giving to the glory of God. At that morning, at the foot of the beautiful cross, right here, we were to begin our trek out of the nave when both doors of the Ava Wright room opened. The room was filled with bright yellow and golden rays of sunshine. I remember thinking, this is it. We're going to meet God. And through those 66 years of my life here, boy, have I ever. It was, without a doubt, my first holy moment. While giving is often future-focused, I would like to remind you that giving is also about honoring those who previously supported the church and the need to continue and honor that legacy. Every Sunday, I see new faces in the pews, young families with children, young couples and single folks visiting for the first time. There is nothing better than seeing the future of our parish take shape. Likewise, I see faces from the past St. Paul's. In my mind's eye, I see Nell Eiselstein sitting right over there, always checking on her family, and Yo Strang in the back giving candy to children, Beth and Frank Seifrith, Julia Cronin, my dear friend Bill Slaughter, Chappie McCarthy, my parents Sally and Cliff, Alfred and Mary Law, Joe and Esther Duncan, Paul Reynolds, Evan Gray, Peggy Lane, Jim and Sally Franklin, and Charlotte Franklin, Jasper and Nielsa Reynolds, and Dick Martin, our rector until I was 29, Dr. John Bonner and his wife Retta, Ernie Siegel, Bill Johnson, Cotty and Tom Cale, Marilyn and Syke Williams, Steve Witt, Ellen Giesland, Jody Maurer, Janet Strang, Max and Sarah Bonner, Maurice Bowen, and the list goes on and on. All these souls who came, worshiped, and served here before us laid the foundation for us to further steward St. Paul's. As most of you are aware, St. Paul's has always been on the forefront of important issues in our area and beyond. This rings true today. God's work is done here and in our community every day thanks to our remarkable clergy, staff, seminarians, vestry, Sunday school teachers, and laity. To continue as faithful stewards, we must increase support and think boldly and strategically, especially during this time of preparing for our new rector. My heart is full of gratitude to God for this church. St. Paul's is my safe place, and something tells me it's yours as well. It is my hope that we realize wherever we are in life, we're called to serve. It is my hope that you and your family will pray about your annual support, read carefully the words in our stewardship brochure, and together, and like those before us, ask yourself what you can do to further the mission of St. Paul's Church. I have made my pledge, and I humbly ask you to join me. And yes, Father Ed, something is afoot at St. Paul's Chattanooga.
Katherine, that was so beautiful and perfect. Something's afoot in our hearts. Let it invite you to give generously and pour your soul out into this place. Amen.